Hey guys, YouTube Elden Ring Swagus here on the Guts Cuck. So this is the Guts Greatsword, as you can see there. A giant hunk of iron. So it's called the Greatsword or the Guts Greatsword. It's a reference to the hit anime from 1997/manga that predates the anime called Berserk by Kentaro Miura. So it's a colossal sword. The weapon is in the class of weapons, it's the colossal sword, but it's called the Greatsword. There's also the class of weapons Greatsword. Just a fascinating little interesting thing about Elden Ring. So here you can see he's got the NPC summon, which is the Great Horn Tragoth. This is one of the NPCs you can summon at a couple different areas in the game, and you can also kill him to get the Bull Goat's armor set through the Volcano Manor quest. It's pretty cool to have him for this fight. He's like really tanky. It makes for some interesting invasions in this area where you fight an NPC invader. I really like the NPC invader, element that they add to the fight. Like it's kind of quirky and interesting. They also have like a bit more HP. They're not as threatening as a normal player, but they're still interesting, and they add an interesting element to the invasions. This next one is a 2v1 where you can see I get some mob support. They're being chased by like several really threatening looking guys like through the woods, and I just kind of like stumbled upon them. This guy's got like his little bubble shield, so it's of course, it's a kind of like classic that you pop the bubble shield with like the fan daggers or something, even if it's, just whenever. And then he just kind of eats the greatsword swings. We're still on the level 65 strength and endurance build, definitely using some interesting talismans and stuff. I'll show them at the end of the video, and I'll put a timestamp here, but you can. It's interesting here. He's extremely vulnerable to taking damage, and he's totally naked, and it's definitely like, Berserk is like a dark fantasy anime where like things are really dark and intense. So like, we want to make like a really dark, intense playthrough for our character to like match the theme of Elden Ring, like how Berserk is like a big inspiration for Elden Ring. If you guys haven't watched the 1997 Berserk anime and you guys are big Elden Ring fans like me, I would really highly recommend it. Sacred Blade is a nice little Ash of War, kind of looks like a little like hat trick, pocket sand, kind of just like little, deal there. This is always a cool invasion spot because they've got these like insectoid guys that are pretty scary, and then they've got like the crystal zombie guys. I like using the roll to move around and then kind of like, okay, this is sick here, watch this. Yeah, I just jump off the ledge. And then I jump off it and I do it again. I wish I rolled off the ledge with him because I probably just could have killed him. Here, I R1 off in the air a little too early because I wanted to do it as early as possible, but I swung over his head essentially. Just getting a couple roll catches, which is pretty nice, and then Gravity Stone Fan to finish it. Which brings us to what I think is definitely the most interesting part of this video, guys. So I'm going to show you a really, this is an interesting way to use Gravity Stone Fan, I'll tell you that. So here I see them, they're kind of like walking below the ledge here. So I decided to try and like get some jar cannon damage in, just like, I love an opportunity to use the jar cannon. I mean, it basically like has potential to remove an Estus from a player, and I mean that's one less time that they're going to back off to heal. That's one less Estus than that they have. I mean, like, they have to heal that damage somehow, even if they use an incantation or something, and here we're helping the mobs do some work. So definitely they're taking some good damage here, but it's a 3v1, so they're chasing me down. They're definitely, they're not too afraid here of me, even though I'm like, like a terrifying, like, naked guy with like a giant sword. So I managed to take one down, but sometimes you just take a lot of damage to guys that have a bunch of weapons that deal damage to you, especially like getting staggered, like having literally 0 poise is somewhat of an issue on this character at times. But anyways, here's what I want to call your attention to. So we're dead. The invasion is over. We've actually left their world, and we're actually going to go return now to our world. Queued up for another invasion. Where do we end up? But in their world. These same guys. So we actually are invading the same people right now. Again. that we just invaded. So we got one of their guys. So we're actually doing an invasion over the course of 2 different invasions. I just thought that was really fascinating. And then there's an interesting Gravity Stone fan usage here. I'm going to point that out to you guys in a sec. So here you can see he's got the Blood Flame and the double slash on the Nagakiba on his katana. It spawned me right in front of them this second time. There he was able to, duck under the crouch poke and roll it away and trying not to get like poisoned here, because that would be like bad. That would like give extra damage here because, I'm naked, so I can like get poisoned really easily, or like he can like bleed me because he's got the Blood Flame buff on his katana. Kind of like, like I've seen Saint Riot do like the poor man's rivers, kind of reminds me of that. Anyways, get like I got like clumped there. So here the other red, like does come in for a sec, which is like nice. He gives me like a minute alone with this phantom to like catch my bearings, but he goes down pretty quick. But that's not too bad because it will give you an Estus refill. So here, I'm just trying to like get as much damage in on this phantom and like keep the pressure really high. Luckily, like he's still attacking me. He's not like running away to his friend. But with like a big slow weapon, it's a little bit harder to be aggressive. You kind of want people to be like trading into you. Here, just like trying to like any chip damage. Anytime there's downtime or there's like something that you could be doing, like if you've got some little tricky little items and stuff like that in your inventory, it's just like always good to be trying to maximize your time and get value out of everything. Was able to get like a good combo with the Greatsword. So the spear comes up through the ground. It's just like really long. So I'm trying to retreat back to these zombies, hoping that maybe like they'll aggro the enemies, and luckily these hits that I take do end up baiting the whole crowd of these little like zombie ladies. So that definitely like adds like a good element to be able to get an advantage back, because they're just kind of pressuring me there. And I realized that if I throw these Gravity Stone fans down where all the ladies are, they can't attack them, but the ladies will get to advance and move closer. And it added like a huge amount of chaos and really let the ladies like show like how powerful they are like in a group like that, because they couldn't really be stopped. So I was able to get the first phantom, like chase him down, and then like doing the Gravity Stone fan again on the ladies so that they can like get more room. And now it's just chasing down this host here. Just trying to whittle it down. He's got that great spear. It's pretty damaging, but with the team of old ladies on my side, I don't think it's too big of a deal, and I'm able to get the roll catch and close it out. And that was a pretty good little Gravity Stone fan usage, I thought. I've got another clip here coming up too that's going to show the same sort of deal. But he's using the Radagon's, the minor one. I can't remember if it's the Scarseal or the Scarseal is the minor one. He's using the talisman that gives you stats and makes you take more damage, and he's naked, so that you can wield this sword at level 65, because it's just like really massively heavy, so he needs the stats. Here, like what I was talking about earlier in the cave, like using the roll to like do the crouching poke attack and like reposition is just like, it's just like really like feels natural with like the light roll that covers so much ground. You can see the talismans and the stats here, just like on the screen briefly. I feel like the light roll, taking full advantage of the light roll, really means using it to control space and evade damage and set up your next attack at the same time. Because like you really you need to be putting as much pressure on them as you can to like, because you're naked. Like they could just like, they could like slice you. So here I'm like buffing up because I'm the buff cuck, the Guts cuck with the Guts Greatsword, and here I'm, we've got some little like doggy dogs, so I'm like, ooh, maybe we could do some little, gravity shenanigans. I don't know, we'll see. Got a Ritual Shield Talisman back, that's always pretty good. The Gravity Stone chunks are a lot worse than the Gravity Stone fans, I'll tell you that much. But since he's a Gravity Knight, I try to use them. And they deal really good stagger damage. I mean, he didn't really stand a chance. He just kind of got eaten alive by dogs. I kind of just like helped him get mauled by dogs, which I thought was pretty cool. I thought that like made for a pretty good invasion. So yeah, this last battle here is in the Spirit Caller Cave, which is just, I mean, there's just a lot going on. It's always a pretty crazy spot, a pretty crazy invasion. I've got this samurai guy that's like coming in while I fucking murder these guys, So samurai guy sets me up. I come in for the kill. It's pretty clean. He comes in, backs me up. And then we're just roll catching this guy. Try to throw a dagger down the cave, you know, just like kind of dabbed on him and then fucking dagger him in the chest. He's done, dude. Yeppicus, swag. Swag us out. Elden Ring, YouTube. Yeah, I'm gonna show more videos of this guy soon. It's a fun build.